All right, we are live. Hello, can everybody see us? Can everybody hear us? We hope we've solved the audio issues. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Claudia of Germany.
Let me see. I can't see anybody.
No?
I can only see you.
Oh, no. I think we're live. Okay, we are live. People can see us. That's I always call this like the live awkward phase where you're like,
Said it,
just gonna
yeah.
wait for people to show up, right? I'm not gonna talk to myself. Hello and welcome.
It's because
Sorry, what? Oh,
it's weird because every time we go live, we have some kind of audio issue.
I know. And I'm always like, I always think, oh, I'm ahead of this time. I'm not going to have audio issues because it's not going to be Zoom and we're going to be able to do it because it's not Zoom. So hello to anybody who is coming in. Hello. Hi. We are wrapping up the Summer Romance Cal 2023, which was Sci-Fi. Yes. So, how many books did you read?
None. I'm in the middle. Well, because I'm in this. I started this fantasy series I told you about.
Oh, yes.
And so, and each book is like 1,000+ pages, but I'm listening to it on audio, and so I'm on like hour 20 of a 37-hour audiobook, and it's the third book in the series. And so I'm like, okay, I just want to kind of finish it.
Yeah.
It's good. So I know, but I did binge Fringe, which is one of my favorite shows. That, I binged this so that I could get into the spirit of summer romance.
Yeah.
With our theme, and it was actually more enjoyable this time than the first time around.
Were you catching?
Yeah, I was telling my husband, I'm like, did we not watch this show? Because why are some of these episodes looking like I've never seen them?
Yeah.
But it was awesome. I loved it.
I'm so glad. Oh, I have my mug, the Sci-Fi Romance mug. I have it. I just my husband prepared a cocktail for the live and I forgot to do two things. Number one, I was going to share it in case anybody wanted. This is a probiotic highball. So it's healthy. So it's Yakult, the little 2.7 milliliter drinks. And I think it's then 40 milliliters of peach whiskey and top it off with club soda. And it's really good.
Nice.
So
let's see who's in here today. Who do we have?
Can you see or not?
I can't see anybody.
Oh no, we have Claudia of Sunbird Crochet and we have Lorna of Zebra Kitten. They are here with us. If anybody else has joined us, please let us know. Comment so we can give you a little shout out. So right now, let me. So we have and we also have Lorna. I know I'm going crazy with these banners.
I love it. I thought I could see. I would be able to see. Last time I was able to see everyone.
Were you on your laptop last time?
I think I was on my computer, and I'm on my iPad this time. So if you have any tips on how to get everybody on screen.
I think you might have to click the actual screen and then see if you can read the comments. Or you could try joining the StreamYard from your phone and you can pull up just the comment section on your phone. Sometimes I do that, if I need to use my iPad. Yeah.
Why is technology against me today, though? That's what I want to know.
It's Sunday at noon. I don't think technology's awake yet. Well, for you. It is.
Right.
But yeah,
it's only 12 o'clock for me here in San Diego.
I know, but Claudia is 9 o'clock over there, and I think Lorna, it's 7 in the UK, maybe. So, Claudia, Lorna, did you read any sci-fi romance books? Did you? Did you? I read, um, so I subscribed to Kindle Unlimited just for this cow. And let's see, I read The Iron Widow, which I said I was going to read. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It was very true to sci-fi. It's mecha, and it's kind of like if you took Pacific Rim and you paired it with Hunger Games, but also with the anime Darling in the Franxx.
Oh, I like that
So
Pacific Rim.
yeah, you get that vibe because they are fighting against what they call the Win-Wins, which are like these animals that come and fight them, and they're trying to like fight for survival and all of that. But there is a twist at the end. Claudia didn't read any for the cow, but she has read all the Bridgertons before. Fair, fair. Did you see what's the new one? The new Bridgerton?
Charlotte?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either, and I've actually been really off of TV and streaming and stuff like that this whole summer long because I think I mentioned last time we chatted that I was doing the kitchen reno, and so it's done. It's done. I love it, but man, let me tell you, as anybody who's gone through a reno knows, that is some intense stuff.
I mean, just
intense. Yeah.
just the thought of where am I going to put all this stuff while they renovate it? Do I just get rid of everything and then buy everything new so I don't have to keep it in my house? I mean, I can imagine.
Well, the thing is, it's like they provide like a storage unit that they bring into your driveway, like a pod, and then they just kind of like, hey, Marquita, and they just kind of put all your stuff in there, like all randomly. Okay, first of all, and then you have, it's like moving back in, right? Like you have to get all your stuff out. And as I was going through my stuff, I got rid of so much because I was like, that's not coming back in the house. That's what I had first of all, I had 6 crock pots, Clarissa Beth. 6. No one not running a kitchen, a professional kitchen needs 6 crock pots. Okay.
I don't have one. I don't even have one.
I should send you one. I found a blender that I'd been looking for a long time. I guess it had been in a cabinet. I found a blender. I found so much just stuff, and I thought I had decluttered like last summer. So I didn't watch a lot of TV. I just binged Fringe, and it was like my happy place. I would sit and I would watch it, and I would enjoy it, and that's really all the sci-fi. Is that all the sci-fi? Yeah, that was all the sci-fi that I did. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you watched what the couple that you wanted to represent. That's great. I did not. I read 3 sci-fi series. One had 6 books. And I keep refreshing my Kindle Unlimited, trying to see if she's released the other 2 that I'm waiting on. Because she said 2023, and I'm like, hello, where are you?
Cuando?
I know, I'm like, it's 2023, it's August, when? But then, I felt bad because I did see that the last book that I read in the series was released July 2023. So I was like, oh, okay.
So are you
I guess I'll be
sci-fi romance now? Are you hooked?
Yes, I am. I am a convert. Completely, entirely. Let me tell you, like the Accidental Bride series by January Bell. I read. That's the one. I'm like, I just keep looking. I signed up for her newsletter. I got a free ebook, and I'm just like, very excited for when she does the next one. They were really fun because they weren't so I did delve into other steamy sci-fi ones that I returned because they all started with an alien abduction, and I was like, no, no, I don't want to do that. So in January Bell, the first book starts with uh, Earth has been invaded, fought off the invasion, but now they're looking to make alliances with other alien races so that they can be better prepared for the next invasion. So they send this group of six military officers, all women, to a planet called Sueva, and they're there to. They think they're there to barter for weapons, but they're not. The Earth military already did the bartering, and they sent them as well payment, kind of. But
What's
it's
bartering?
yeah, it's not dark at all, and it's really sweet, and I just really like them. And um, I finished 2 projects. So that one back there is actually representing the Accidental Bride series, and I'll talk about that a little bit more after Claudia presents hers, and then I talk about mine. First, we have Claudia. She said she sobbed when she watched Queen Charlotte. Oh,
Aww.
oh
Okay.
no. I
Now
didn't see that
I'm scared to
happening.
watch it now.
I know. I heard a lot of people that started watching it, and they said, you know, it's sad because you know how the story ends. Like she feels this sense, like Claudia said, this sense of abandonment because it's just her now. Like we started as a partnership, and then it's just her. And okay,
Well,
so happier.
even more sad, I think, is the fact that physically he is there.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
he's physically there. And then
Camera. Hello.
okay, I'm logging onto my phone so I can see the comment.
Oh, I'm trying to project them on the screen.
Yeah, are
Can you
you
see that?
going to announce the next? Oh, well,
So
yes and no, because you know, like we did last year.
yeah, I thought Claudia and I thought that instead of choosing, we'd let you guys choose like last year. So in the comments, just keep you know, any ideas that you
Yes,
have.
yeah.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to do like big theme, like sci-fi romance, or if you wanted to do like picky theme, like, you know, instead of saying fantasy, we go with shape shifting, you know, kind of like it falls into the fantasy genre, but it's a subsection of the fantasy
Funny
genre.
because you and I are on the same wavelength. So I have, and we'll talk about it at the end, I think, because
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea
Okay.
for next year's cal, and if
Oh
you
no.
have an idea in it, I mean, this is a time we're gonna you know, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it
Yes.
out, and I think that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm
So
sort of like where you're at, and like going into more of like a nichey part of a
yeah.
bigger a bigger theme. I like that. But do you want me to go first with my one little
Yes.
project? Okay.
Yes.
Because as you guys know, I picked Fringe, and actually this is the picture that inspired me to pick the yarn that I used for the project. And I picked this yarn. This is what I have left. So, and I thought that that kind of picked up on the colors of my picture.
It so does.
And then this yarn is, I don't know that they're dyeing anymore. It's called Bruce's Revenge. And I couldn't really find if they were dyeing anymore. I bought this at a yarn shop local to me that actually went out of business.
Oh.
I know they had the most amazing indie dyed yarns, local and from around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they closed. And I had picked a pattern that I attempted to crochet, and it looked simple, but when I started trying to do it, it was very convoluted for me. For where I am in my brain space, it was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit too much. So I said, you know, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just not going to fight it. and I decided just to pick, go through a stitch dictionary and find a stitch pattern that I liked, which I did, and just, work out the stitch count for starting, stitch count,
Yeah.
and just go from there. So I knew I was going to do a cowl, and I came up with this.
Oh, I love it.
So I love it. I really do. And one of the things about it is that these little holes here
Mm-hmm.
kind of remind me of like the portal and the other
Mm.
universe. And so I felt like it was like really on theme to have those holes. And I love how this yarn worked up. I really, really love it. So
It
this is,
looks like a very dark watercolor. I like it.
and it's got a lot of color in it. If you look at the yarn, it's got muted colors and it's got very bright colors as well.
Uh-huh.
So you've got a little bit of everything in there. So yeah, I love it. I really love it. And then I
Really?
have that much left. So I need
So
to
that's
figure out.
like 40 grams.
I think so. I mean, I can literally weigh it right now. Let me see.
Could you
I'll
do
weigh.
like maybe a headband to like when you don't like just for your ears?
I was thinking maybe fingerless gloves, like just a little
Okay, yeah, yeah,
set.
yeah.
Let me see how much do I have. 1.3 ounces.
Yeah, I think that's
I
about
don't know
50
what that
grams.
is in grams. What is that?
I'm gonna say 50.
All right, 50. You think that's 50 grams? Okay, let's see.
54.
You're gonna say 54. Okay, let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm locking it at 54.
You're gonna lock it at 54. Okay. Anybody else want to take a gander what 1.3 ounces is in grams? $40.
Oh no.
Exactly 40 grams. No, it
Lorna,
changed to
I guess
44.
Lorna was the closest. She said 30 something.
Oh, very good. Nicely done. But anyway, yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this because my office is like a refrigerator, and
Mm,
middle of summer, we'll all wear like a little sweater or something. But usually, I like to have my neck,
yeah,
like,
warm.
yeah,
I really, really like that colorway. I especially like when you zoom in that there's like teal, pops of
yeah,
turquoise and teal.
yeah,
It's so fun. It's like a little treat.
yeah.
Uh,
I love it. And I think that when dyers dye with short color changes or speckles, because
mhm.
this is not speckled. I mean, I wouldn't call this speckled, but it really pops in crochet.
Yeah, it's very, very, very,
Variegated.
very words that are difficult to say in crochet, or actually just like the fiber world. I actually love that cowl. It's simple, it's fun, and it really made the yarn pop, which I think it's great. And I do agree, the little stitch looks like doorways, and Fringe was about like exploring alternate realities, right? Or
Universe. Yeah.
universes.
Yeah.
I to be so mom loves Fringe too. But I never sat down to watch it with her because I get scared really easily, and I don't know what it was. Was it one of the first episodes that there was something that just I found scary, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not watching that."
Yeah. Oh, because they have certain mutations that happen. The
Yeah.
brilliant part about it, and I mean, if you're going to watch Fringe, it might be a little bit of a spoiler, but all of these things that they kind of access, these like mutations and toxins and,
Mhm.
gases and this and that, in the end becomes something that they use to help them through what
Mm.
they're going through, which was really interesting. So the
I
way
mean,
that the whole show wrapped up and kind of came back to that first second season
was
was
it
was
good?
really good.
Because that's what my issue with TV shows, and that's why honestly I haven't watched TV shows unless there's like anime where it's like 16 episodes or anything. It gets to a point where I'm like, you invest so much time And the ending is just like, you could have ended this 5 seasons ago.
You know, like I said, the first time that I saw Fringe, I was like, now having watched it and binged it, so back, episodes
Mhm.
back to back to back, when you see the way that the writing develops the story and how they wrap it up, and then you end up with a happy ending, you end up with a happy story.
Okay.
It was very satisfying. I really enjoyed it. So I think that and it's what, 5 seasons? Is it 5 seasons?
That's
3 to 5
not too
seasons.
bad.
So I would say get past that first season,
Mhm.
and then that second, only because if you're frightened of like the monsters and things like that,
Mhm.
get past that first season because it really sets you up, and it's a great show. I mean, I love it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't make any promises. I mean, I didn't even watch Star Wars, and that was my couple. Um, I honestly, like I said, I read 16 sci-fi romance novel books. That's what I did.
That's amazing. Clarissa,
So,
that's amazing.
listen, each one of them said 4 hours total reading, and I'm like, just crocheting, like flipping pages. But I did finish what I proposed to finish, which was the um, summer vintage top. And my inspiration was the picnic dress from episode 2 from Star Wars episode 2. So yeah, the picnic dress, it's gold and it's got like embroidery on it, and that was my inspiration. So
Oh, that's so pretty.
um just
Very
so I
pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
started using the pattern, which is I'll link it when I edit the description box and everything, so I'll link it for you guys. Um, and then when I actually got to a point where I read the pattern again, I was like, oh, I did not follow the pattern at all. So first things first, the pattern is designed for a cotton yarn. Number one, I chose a wool yarn. So I already knew that I had to work with more negative ease than what she said in the pattern so that, I could actually get a top that would fit well. And as I was working on it, I blocked it just to get to a point where I could be like, oh, okay, do I need to start my decreases for the bust area now? And I just, I don't want to curse on YouTube, but I just ended up, fudging my way through the entire thing, which is horrible as a designer. I shouldn't say that, but sometimes you make a mistake and you gotta be like, oh, is it gonna be horrible? Is there a way to fix it? So it wasn't too bad a mistake. I did my own stitch count, but I followed the pattern in the sense that I did the steps as she suggested it to just try and get a top that would fit. And actually, I'm really glad with all of that. I'm very glad I avoided adding the lace at the bottom because I do like this corset style top more than I would have liked the lacy bottom edge. But I just thought it was ingenious how she did this border because you actually work front and back loop to get the designs. And I just thought it was
Hmm.
so fun. There's always something to learn from patterns. So this was my representation of the picnic scene with Anakin and Padme Amidala in episode 2 of Star Wars because it's my favorite dress from her, and I think the colors matched really, really
Well,
well.
I think your whole outfit is saying that picnic scene because you got the hair
Thank
and
you. So I'm just
you
gonna
got
just
see, I
gonna
got the skirt, and I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it. It looks awesome. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. So I was getting dressed and I came out of the room and my husband's like, "Oh, I know what you are." I'm like, "You can tell that I'm supposed to." He's like, "Yeah, you're the meme." Because they turned the whole picnic scene into a meme of, "Are you gonna make it better, right?" Right? And I'm glad he was able to identify my um, Amidala inspired outfit. So that was number one. And number two, is
I've
behind
been
me.
watching that on Instagram. I freaking love that top. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I'm trying to put it in frame. So
Wait,
this is
before you go on though,
uh
your mom had issues with this whole shenanigans that you pulled with the yarn,
she did.
right?
She had a lot of issues with that. Um a lot of them, especially can I turn you around? Because
I love that. I love that. I love it. I love the blocking.
so I ran out of yarn, period. That was the entire thing. I used up everything I had of this green one and everything I had of this skein, which you gave me as a gift. This was a cotton cashmere blend that you gave me ages ago.
Hmm.
And then I had to finish it with this one. But I actually love how it came out. And it is I made it because of friendship and the summer romance cal, but also I had to pick a sci-fi to represent. So I decided to represent the first book of the Accidental Bride series, where she kind of accidentally falls into a vat of there weren't acid snails, but they glow, and apparently they were meant to be used in a fertility ritual for this ancient for the alien race. And it has a horrible effect on a human because, of course, our metabolisms are different. So it was just representing that whole scene. The snails are supposed to be blue, and she calls them acid snails. So I thought the acid green color. And these aliens do have like a green tonish to them. So I just thought it pulled together very well. And I was impressed with myself actually that I finished 2 garments
Yeah,
for the
that's
summer romance cal when in 2019 we finished.
big fat zero. But turn that around in the back. I feel like this color blocking situation here is very like sci-fi. I could see that in a costume design.
Right?
I like that. I think that if you're gonna write the pattern for that, right?
Oh no, this is the Friendship Has Lace Borders top, and it's a pattern by Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy, and she did the crochet version of it, and the knit version is done by Molly May of Ponder and Ply. So if you knit, you can do it, and if you crochet, you can do it because they partnered up to do
Ah, okay.
this venture, and they had it free for a week on Ravelry, so they could get like volunteer testers if people wanted to volunteer. And I downloaded it then just because I was like, I thought I'd be finished in time for the test. I did not, but it was fun nonetheless. It's very mindless. It's just so nice. All you literally have to do is try it on, make sure you have negative ease, and keep going.
I really like though. I like the way that it blocked like that. I think that to me says sci-fi.
Yeah, that is very true. It kind of reminds me of was it in Armageddon that they did a lot of color blocking?
Armageddon with
No, not
Willis.
Armageddon. Sorry, I am thinking of Bruce Willis. Yes, but in The Fifth Element.
Oh yes, Fifth Element. Oh, wait, didn't one of our participants do Fifth Element? Was it Claudia did Fifth Element? No.
I think so. Yeah, yeah, she did it with the correctus. Okay, so
Shag.
Lorna,
Shag.
her original film for Lorna was Armageddon. Hmm. It's okay.
Ah, okay.
Like we said in 2019, we didn't work on it.
I like Armageddon.
Oh,
I
then
like
she shows the
Armageddon,
Highlander.
which I
Nice,
love. I love.
nice.
I mean,
I
did you
have seen.
see Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell?
Yeah,
So he says Highlander is the greatest movie ever made. He goes, I think it won an Academy Award or something. Which
no,
it didn't. But I always equate but I love Highlander.
that's like sticker that says, "I'd rather be watching the masterpiece, The Mummy." That's me.
Exactly.
That's me. So Claudia did start out with Fifth Element, but then she chose a Dune, which I've heard it's a great show.
Dune is a great series of books, and
Mm,
I really love the movies, even though the first movie gets a lot of a bad rap. But
mm,
I love it. I love it. The second movie, the one with Timothée Chalamet, is
mhm.
awesome, and then the second part of that movie is coming out, which I'm
Um,
super excited about. I really. Dune is it's something very close and dear to my heart.
um, did anybody else mention couple? Sorry, I gotta catch up on comments and see if anybody else. Nobody's mentioned any other. Okay, Lorna said that Highlander is one of her favorite movies, so she agrees with Talladega Nights. So
Yeah.
does Claudia. I did see the movie. I wasn't gonna watch the whole series, but I was talking in one of my podcast episodes about just wanting to watch films that had pretty scenery, and somebody did mention I should watch Highlander because of the very gorgeous uh, Highland scenery that's presented there at, I think it's the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, yeah, throughout flashbacks. But
Yeah.
I have the question that you know what I'm going to ask you, right? Because I've
What?
asked you this every single time we do summer romance sci-fi. Did you watch Blade Runner? Oh, she didn't watch Blade Runner. You've got to
No.
watch Blade Runner.
I did mention it to my husband. I was like, "Oh, uh, what is it?" I think my husband and I were looking for a movie to watch. Um, and I was like, "Oh, how about Blade Runner?" And then we never watched it. Sorry. And
You should
I
watch
do have
Blade
to
Runner.
confess, I did not read your favorite Joanna Lindsay sci-fi either. I read up to chapter 2, and I just I don't know why I was having such a difficult time with it.
Well, it's just very 80s romance, you know? It's very.
It is.
And then the males in the book are very overpowering. That whole male energy is very overpowering, and so you get a little frustrated that she's trying to break away from that, but then she's being pushed into this sort of like acceptance of this male domination, basically, you know.
I think yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. I'm like, "No, I just want men who understand that you can love and, like, be gentle and kind and not have to, like, exert dominance to prove you're a male." It's
Yeah.
like my husband and I were talking about that because we went to watch Barbie. So I watched Barbie with my mom, and it was not an enjoyable movie for like, she was like, "It's okay." I loved it. I cried throughout the whole movie. So then I my husband and I did brunch, and we had a bit too much mimosa. And we're like,
Is
"Well,
there such a thing though?
there is when you can get in the car and then you get tested for alcohol and then show positive." So, so there's a movie theater right next door. We're having brunch, so I was like, "Oh, let's just go watch the movie. What's playing right now, right at this minute?" And we're like, "Oh, Barbie!" So we went and watched it, and we were having a conversation about how he's saying that um he didn't think that he loved the movie. He's like, "This is a great feminist icon," but it's also very interesting to me how they portrayed Ken as, um, kind of all the emotions that males tend to repress about only finding identity if they are with someone and not being able to show emotion because society doesn't want you to, so you invent things like beaching and all these things that give you a sense of dominance, power, I guess. So it was
All I
interesting.
know is that this Christmas I better see a Mojo Dojo Casa House on the shelves because I need a Mojo Dojo Casa House in my life.
That I think I want to stick to the dream house, but paint it in Mojo Dojo Casa House colors because I do not do pink. I'm sorry. It's
I'm
pink and
telling
I.
somebody needs to come up with a colorway called Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Right?
Whoever
Oh
comes,
no.
whoever comes, what's happened?
Did I laugh at you, Claudia? I'm so sorry. No. I mean, Highlander is very 80s, and I found the movie very, very funny from that perspective. Um, I'm ashamed now.
You've been shamed. You've been
I've
shamed.
been shamed. But
Listen,
now that I'm looking,
any dyer that comes up with a Mojo Dojo Casa House, send me a DM because I'm gonna buy that yarn.
and pair it with the oh, okay. So we have several nominations for next year's theme.
Oh, let's hear.
Um, all right. Marquita said romantic scenes. Like, do you mean like romantic setups, like sceneries that are romantic?
Oh, I like that. That's interesting. That's a
I
nice.
imagine a picnic for some reason, but anyway. Then Claudia says,
I'm thinking summer, like a summer scene.
yeah. I don't think I've ever actually read a book. For sure, for, for, for sure, Sealy, Booth, and Bones did take all the seasons to get together. Oh, I Dream of Jeannie.
I love I Dream of Jeannie. Or Bewitched. Aw,
Never
Bewitched.
liked Darren.
You don't like any of the Darrens?
No. Just I mean, if I could twitch my nose and wash the dishes, let me twitch my nose and wash the dishes.
I twitch my ass to get somebody to wash the
Right?
dishes.
Ooh, we also have Friends to Lovers.
Ooh, I like that one.
Okay. 30 something. What Lorna, what's 30 something? Is it like couples that are older than 30? Couples that are in the 1930s? Hmm. Oh, Enemies to Lovers. Also a good one. I just have to say that in the Accidental Bride series, which was a sci-fi one, all these topics that you've talked about happen there. So I could pick a couple from there. And if we do have enemies to lovers, I got, I got, I got couples. Um, Marquita said
So
enemies to lovers.
like frenemy, like enemies to lovers. I like that. But like give me an example, Marquita, like what book or movie would inspire something like that?
So the only one I can think about right now, it's actually recent books that I've read. And one of them is called Resting Witch Face, I think, and it's a vampire and a witch romance. And she does not like him at all because they used to have a history. And I think something happened to betray her trust. And so she just decided she wasn't going to deal with him. And then things happened that end up pushing them together. So they need to, I think in her book, they need to like destroy this evil cult or something. So they start out not liking each other. Oh, 30 something was the weight of the yard. And I'm over here. Oh, I get it. So when we asked
I
how much the yarn weighed, Lorna said 30 something, and I'm over here like, oh yeah, couples that are older than 30. We don't have many books.
I like the idea of the enemies to lovers. I have one movie that I can think of, but they were not enemies. It was sort of like an arrangement, that
Mm-hmm.
were not meant to be like, it wasn't a romantic arrangement, but then
Mm-hmm.
it comes out, and it's called The Mirror Has Two Faces with Barbara Streisand, where
Oh
she is like supposedly this homely, teacher, and then
yeah.
he just, realizes that, like, yeah, I should be married, and they make this arrangement where they're like supposed to just be platonically married,
Mhm.
platonic marriage. And then she falls in love with him, and then he's just like, wait, 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 this isn't part of the deal, right? And then she's like, I'm out, right? And so then she does the whole cameo, not like the cameo, what do you call it? The montage of her working out and becoming all hot and beautiful, and then he's
Oh,
there,
okay, yeah.
and he's like, but I love you, like that kind of thing. So like an
Yeah.
arrangement, a non-romantic arrangement that becomes romantic.
Okay, so that could go under Claudia's next suggestion, which was second chances, like in Persuasion.
Oh, I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
Like that.
and adventure couples. Yes, Claudia, I would totally make another The Mummy Project because we all know life goals.
Adventure couple's good. I like that one. We should be
So those,
down because
ooh,
what
age
is
gaps also interesting.
with a
I've read a
huge
lot
age
about that.
difference? Would the time traveler's wife fall into that? Because how old is he, right? Time travel couples. There you go. I just said it. The time
Yeah.
travelers. I like that one. I like that movie actually.
Oh, let me catch up on comments. Okay. Um, so those are our suggestions. Maybe we want to put them all together in a um, spreadsheet and have people vote on their favorite ones. I think that'd be a good idea. Or do we want to choose one now?
Well, what was your idea? What did you want to pick? Let's talk about like
I wanted to pick something under the fantasy genre, but if we go with anything that's like enemies to lovers or anything like that, I think that opens the romance to all the genres, really, as long as you can get a couple that's enemies to lover. So I was thinking shape shifting. That was my fantasy genre one.
I like that. So I was thinking under like animation, like animated couples.
Oh, okay.
Those
So
that
like
are
Studio Ghibli.
could be anything. I mean, I was even thinking of Who Killed Roger Rabbit, Jessica and the Rabbit,
Okay, so yeah, like cartoons. Okay.
it's like an animated sort of animated couples. But yeah, I think you guys are way more. Your suggestions are way more sophisticated than what I'm pulling out. So I think we're gonna go with one of yours.
So for enemies to lovers, we have a very good explanation right here. So Han Solo and Leia would fall under enemies to lovers. Thank you for that, Claudia, because that is very true. That Han Solo and Leia would be enemies to lovers.
I like
Um,
that one. So enemies to lovers to me is really resonating strongly with me, and I really who suggested that?
Claudia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Claudia. I'm reading back. Yeah. And Marquita said enemies to lovers would be fun.
I like it. Or even
Okay.
maybe they're not like uber enemies, but there's friction and conflict. Like
Mhm.
um, that one movie with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds where she's
Oh, the proposal?
yeah, The Proposal. Like that to
Yeah.
me would be like a
Yeah, that would be enemies to lovers. Definitely. Or enemies to datings.
marriage.
Um, so Marquita said animation couples also sounds fun. And there's apparently also a time traveler series. the Time Traveler Life series. So all important. Okay,
It
I
must be
think
the series, yeah.
we have yeses for enemies to lovers. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys.
We're gonna
Go
call
ahead and
it
call it.
Summer Enemies to Lovers. Yay, Claudia!
Yes. There we go. Now I'm gonna post it. Did I show it? There we go. So Summer Romance Cal 2024. Goodness, comes trying to wrap my head around August. So today, one thing we are missing is to do our giveaway.
Well, I think that we have, how many people are in here right now? 5?
We have
4.
3 people well,
No, don't count me because I'm on it. I think, are you on also the phone chat?
yeah.
So
So I think 3.
I'm gonna send a sci-fi romance to everyone that came in today and participated. You guys are all gonna get the official this one right here, okay? It's coming to you. And I think I may have everyone's address, but please DM me on Instagram and I will send it out to you.
And I can vouch that the mug is dishwasher safe. I have dishwashed it a lot. And my husband loves the size of those mugs. So he actually steals them from me.
But you know what? And I will also, because I'm picking a winner from Instagram based on the project, I will also be picking a winner from Instagram based on the project. So if you end up getting that prize as well, they'll all just get shipped to you at the same time. So, yay!
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much for that, Claudia. I'm so glad. You guys are going to love that mug. Seriously. You are. It's great. And I think it's so much fun, especially if, like in my house, you tend to break mugs quite often.
I just broke. Oh my God, that you say that. I chipped and broke my Emma Bridgewater mug with my name on it.
Oh no.
And my heart broke a little bit with that.
Do you have the pieces that you can just...
I did. I immediately sent my husband to Home Depot to get me crazy glue and I put it back together. You can't even tell.
Okay,
but
good,
I was like, no.
There is I forget what the Japanese have a name for it, but it is when they take something that's broken and they fill it with gold to like replace the crack.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So I have to pick someone. I was gonna say. So what I did was that I put everyone that tagged us on YouTube, Instagram, or the Discord server. I put all those names into a spreadsheet. So there were 9 total, not counting myself and Claudia. And I just did a random number generator for it. And I got number 3, which is Croche 80 HD.
It's Jackie.
Yeah. So let me just put a banner so that when she watches this. So Croche. How do you spell it?
It's a little funky. It's I'll look it up right now for you.
I got it. I did copy paste. Thank you though. Thank you. Go. I'm typing it right now, so you can probably hear my keyboard. Okay, so we got, and what you are going to win is actually the yarn that I caked up for my 2019.
Oh, I love it!
And it's this beautiful sock weight. So, oh my goodness, fingering weight yarn. 75/25 superwash merino nylon, and it is from Miss Muffet Yarns, all the way from the UK, and it is her Northanger Abbey colorway, which if you participated in the Summer Romance Cal of 2019, I think we did No, we didn't do historical romances. I forgot the theme, but I know I picked my couple Northanger Abbey because
Mhm.
it's my favorite Jane Austen novel. So you get that, and you also get a sock pattern of your choice from Crochet Cakes, or if you don't like making crochet socks, any of my patterns. And if you don't like any of my patterns, which is absolutely fine, then any pattern from Ravelry for up to $10. So let me know.
Nice.
And I'm going to wait 2 weeks until I post my next proper podcast. So in that time, please message me on Instagram or Ravelry or anywhere that I can get your address. So, oh, you're welcome, Claudia. She said, thank you for hosting. Marquita says, yay, Jackie. Oh, thank you. See, there we go. Once again, once again, once again.
Yeah, thank you so much for you guys who participated, have been with us
Yes.
almost every summer.
Mm-hmm.
We are a small but group.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that you guys just take time to participate and always look forward to it because, it wouldn't be a crochet along if there weren't people to crochet along with. And we're very appreciative that to see you here, year after year, just joining us and celebrating couples and sharing the books that you read and all that. I think it is really, really fun. Oh, Marquita is reading Northanger Abbey right now. Missed you, Tilney. I'm glad you enjoy it, Lorna. Thank you. Thank you so much for participating. So, I'm not gonna argue that, Claudia. I absolutely love a good romance.
Oh, me too. We need more romance in our lives. No matter where we are in life, we can never romance,
Mm-mm.
right?
We do. It's just little joys. And it's okay that you didn't finish, Lorna. It's absolutely fantastic that you just show up and participate every year. Plus, I also know that you do a lot of crochet for charity. So, hey.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mm.
Yeah, I never feel like you should be pressured to feel
Mm-mm.
like, because then it takes the joy out of what you're doing. It just
Mm-hmm.
feeling like you've got some deadline, and that you've got to get it done. I think takes away from the fun and the joy of what this is supposed to be about, which is crocheting in the summer, whether it's two garments like Elizabeth did or just a little cowl. I mean, get your crochet out.
No, it's for sure. It's not even about like what you chose. It's just about joining in and having fun and just getting to discuss with people topics that you're interested in. And I am actually very impressed with myself that I finished 2 garments. I was like,
Yes.
what?
Who
What?
are you?
I know.
Oh
I
my
said
God.
the same thing. I was like, who am I? It does help though, that the Friendship Has Lace Borders top is mostly double crochets, and I can do that without looking. So that's also how I was able to read so many books.
That's amazing too. That you really had a full summer of romance.
I
You
did.
did
It was,
crocheting, you did the reading, and then
I
you
just
kind
didn't do
of
the watching.
introduce yourself into a genre that you were not previously in. So I think that you hit it out of the ballpark.
Oh, nah, you guys did.
Did
No.
you did?
I think it's great that because you came up with this year's theme. So I just want to thank you for introducing me to the wonderful world of sci-fi romances. It was truly an experience.
Yep. Yep.
And I think I it's like fantasy, I get why people like it. You get to create a whole new world, or you can create what's perfect for your head and what you think is going to work. So, yeah. So, thank you guys so much for showing up year after year. And thank you, Claudia, for always designing such gorgeous logos and for those mugs. I love mine.
Thank you, everyone. It was as well. I just want to say I look forward to next year and see what kind of other shenanigans we'll talk about.
Yeah, I think I already got my couple picked out too.
I gotta think about it. I gotta think about my couple.
Enemies to lovers. Sorry, I literally just read a book about that was also actually sci-fi and another fantasy one. So now I'm like, Which one do I do?
Well,
But
everybody enjoy your Sunday and have a great coming week. And yeah, fall's around the corner, and you know what that means.
here it is. Sorry. So thank you everyone for showing up today. Thank you, Claudia, for agreeing to this live, and we will see you in our respective channels. So if you are not familiar, let me pull that up, because we are Claire Smith of Crochet Geeks and Claudia of Crochet Luna. So you can head on over to Claudia's YouTube channel. The links will be in the description box below. The links to the pattern that I used for my tops will also be in the description box below. And Claudia, if you want to shoot me a link for the book that you use to crochet your cowl, then I will also put that in the description box below. So thank you so much to everyone. Bye.